Hi, everybody. Hi, Charisse. Just give it a second so people can find us. I better check to make sure that what you guys are hearing is good. No, everything sounds good at my end. So, hi, Cindy. So, how's the hop going for you guys? Hope you're having fun. Hope you're joining all of the design team members. Hi, Tori. Nice to see you again, or that you joined. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Heather. So, hope you're enjoying the CCC July 4th hop. So, a little bit of Canadian trivia for those of you that know that I live in Canada. Today is July 1st, which is Canada Day here. So, it seems kind of fitting that I'm doing this today. So, happy July 4th to all my American friends. Hi, Diane. Hi, Rose. So glad you could join me today. This is a simple, easy, there's nothing to it project, but I'm one of those that when I keep all my receipts. I've done it for years because you never know when you might need one. So when I travel, that's always my issue. Where do I put the receipts so that I don't misplace them? So I thought, oh, this one's upside down. Oops. What better way to do this than to make something to hold all those receipts, or maybe if you're going someplace where you've got tickets to get in, a lot of those are digital now, but you might have some paper stuff along the way. What a great place to keep it in this little pocket or this little envelope that I created. And I'm sure they've been done before. This is just my version of it. So I decided to close it with a belly band. And all of these I made from scraps I had in my stash. If you make one, you need one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and then you need one piece of 12 by 12 pattern paper. You might need a little bit more, but you can pretty much make it out of one. And it just opens up. So this has kind of got the camping theme going on. And there's a real generous pocket for you to put all of those. I'm just going to use this. All of those receipts you get. It'd be a great place to put postcards because there's a 4x6 and it fits quite nicely inside it. It measures 8.5, and I believe this measurement is 4 1/8. And I just made it that little eighth of a bit, so when you close it, the top flap is not catching on this top of the envelope. And these are just accordion strips. We've made a ton of them. So that's what I'm going to make with you guys for the hop. Use up your scraps. We've all got tons of them. And if you're like me, you're a hoarder of scraps. You don't get rid of them. I keep everything. And then every once in a while, I go, why are you keeping all of this stuff? Get rid of it. So this is what we're doing. This is, hang on a second, and I'll tell you what collection it is. Just had to go and get them. So this first one was a Cartabella Gone Camping. These are old collections that Tammy had in the shop quite a while ago. Hi, Debbie. You're probably going to, if you ever got a mystery box, you never know what's in those. You never know what Tanya puts in those. And then the other one is an Echo Park collection, A Slice of Summer. Again, a really old collection. And then this one features one of the CCC papers. So this is Bloom Where You Plant It. And I just like bumblebees. So, for this one, I'm thinking I'm going to give it to my mom. And then she can keep all her little bits and pieces from when she's doing her planting. She likes to keep all that stuff. So I'm thinking, now I've given her a place to put it. So a lot more uses than just for your receipts. Maybe it's for your important, maybe you want to do one for a wedding, and then they could put their marriage certificate inside it. Just a thought of a cool idea. Like it's so much more than just for receipts. So let's get started so we're not here all day for you guys, because you'll get bored of me pretty quick. So this is what we're doing. Just remember with this hop that all the designers that are participating, we would appreciate if you'd go to our YouTube channel, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you'd like the video, and you can always share it because that helps us too. So please, if you haven't subscribed to all the CCC designers, go to countrycraftcreations.com, go to the About Us tab, and in there you're going to see all the designers and our YouTube channels. So yeah, that's what you can do for us. We offer these free to you. If you support us, that helps us in the future. Okay, so let's get started. And of course, you know I have all my pages cut. And sorry for the rattling. I should have opened this before we got started. This one I'm going to make right now. I'm using the Disney paper. I believe it's Remember the Magic. And again, it's another one that's very old, that was around, well, very old. It's older. And just have fun with your scraps. Just have fun with your scraps. Oh, good, Diane. And you know what? It is easy peasy. So just let me put the pattern paper aside because I cut everything. And I'll go through. I didn't write these measurements down, so make sure you've got your little pen and paper or pencil and paper handy so that we can get started. And I probably should make sure that I don't have. Hi, Alice and Kathy and Pam and Kathy. Oh, that's the same Kathy. Glad you could join us. Yes, Kathy, that would be awesome. Kathy's saying, I'm thinking for my dog's vaccinations and visits. And then if you travel, you could just take it with you. You know, like I say, this is the easiest, peasiest project. And yet it's so versatile. So just don't think of it for receipts. Think of it for all of those special things you do. So I'm using the Artisan White because that's just what I happen to have. And I cut a piece of Artisan that measured 8.5, I should say, by 11. And then on the 11-inch side, I scored it at 2 7/8. And if those 8s give you a rough time and you always go, oh, where is that when it's an 8? In this case, 2 7/8 is the little tick mark just before the 3 on your scoreboard. So you're going to score at 2 7/8, and then you are going to score at 7. And that is all the scoring you are doing on this. Okay, so I'm going to set it aside. Yes, Rhonda. Yes. Yeah, it was just for a second. It seems to be fine now. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, looks like we're good. Let's keep rolling here. And then the belly band is a piece of cardstock that measures 2 by 9 1/4, and on the 9 1/4 inch side. So when I say that, I mean the 9 1/4 side is at the top of your scoreboard. Score at 2 and score at 6 1/4. So that's piece number 2. And then the last thing you need, you could do this out of scraps you have in your artisan stash. You need 2 of these. These are to make that accordion opening. They measure 2 by 3 7/8. And of course, that's the little tick mark just back 1 from the 4. And then, Rhonda, is it still blurry? Because if it is, it's not at my end. Because when I look at what's feeding back to me, it looks good. So on the 2-inch side, you are going to score at 1/2, 1, and 1.5. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks. I just don't want it to double check. Okay. Excellent. So I'm just going to fold on these score lines first. So hopefully you got all of those little measurements. Again, simple, simple, simple project. And if you're going to see somebody, you could also, you know, put a little gift card in it and give it to them. And then they've got something useful to use after. I'm just going to get up my big burnishing. So there's one. Let's do this one too. It's really hot here today, which is good. That's what summer's all about, right? And there's our second one. So now on these accordion, I am going to miter the last 1/2-inch tab on either side, just slightly, so nothing's going to hang over. And I'm going to do the bottom of it too. Just gets rid of a little bit of bulk, and then you don't have to worry about which side is up. Hello, Linda. Now, if I missed any of you, hello. Happy July 4th. Happy Canada Day if you're in Canada. It's summer is officially here for 2023. Yay. Get to enjoy all the sunshine, all the heat, maybe go away. Now I'm going to do the belly band, so I'm just going to fold on those score lines. And I'm going to fold again. And all I want to look at here is that nothing is hanging over. And I see a little bit, so I think I'm just going to use my scissors. Going to give that bottom just a little trim. There we go. See, it was such a little piece. It's like teeny tiny. Oh, that's not good, Heather. Wow, there's some crazy bad weather back east. My mom, who lives in Ontario, was under a tornado watch yesterday. That never happens where she lives in Ontario. Like, yeah, maybe Southern Ontario, but not usually where my mom is. So now I'm taking that 8.5 by 11 and I'm going to fold on those score lines. And this one, I told you this is easy peasy. Now, I did not round these corners, and the reason I didn't is because when I put in my accordion hinge, I guess I'm going to call it, or my accordion closure, if I round this, I run the chance of being able to see the top of this. And so I'm just choosing not to round. So if you're going to round, I would keep that in mind, and you'd probably want to make it another 1/8 of an inch shorter, because I did, like, this is 4 inches and these are 3 7/8. So that's, again, gets down to a preference. So I'm just going to round these corners right now. And of course it's going to close like this. So I've rounded just the top flap. Okay, so let's put these in. Now, I remember when I first started making these, I don't really know what to call them, closures for an accordion pocket, I always had to concentrate as to which way I needed it to go. Because in my OCD world, sometimes I would think this was the right way. So here's how I remember it now. I want my finished edges facing out, and I want my raw edges facing in. So in this case, yes, there has been a few fires. It's very unusual for them to have those fires back east like that, but it's what kind of summer we're going to have, and yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. It's I've been there. We get lots of smoke here in the summertime. And no, it's no fun at all. So I'm just adding adhesive to the one side of my accordion closure. And I'm just going to lay it down so it is right along the edge. And I just want it up just there we go. So I literally, now I'm doing it wrong. Should stop talking, Bonnie. Let me do this again, and then we'll be happy. I'm looking at it going, that's not right. Thank goodness it's artisan. There you go. So you want your raw edge facing in towards the inside of your envelope. There we go. And then I'm going to turn it to this side, and we're going to repeat that. So again, you want your finished edge facing out to the outside of the envelope or pocket, and you want your raw edge, so this edge here, facing into the middle of the envelope. And just add the adhesive. And again, we're going to line it up. And I do one side at a time, at least for the first part of it. And then we're just going to burnish. And voila. And then all you're going to do now is you're going to do a dry fit that nothing's hanging over on either side, and there isn't. And then I'm going to add my adhesive to one hinge. I don't know what to call these. Anybody got an idea what you'd call it? Accordion closure for an envelope. Hi, Janice from Georgia. Yes, that is warm. Yeah, we're pretty warm here today. I don't know what it would be in Fahrenheit because we talk Celsius here, but we're sitting at 29. And just to give you that in perspective, it's about 2 o'clock my time, or 2:30 my time. So there we go, and burnish them. And now let's burnish this side. Okay, now the belly band. If you're unsure if your belly band is going to fit, then I would do a wee dry fit. Now I know this one is going to fit because I've made 3 already. I know that that's enough, the measurements I'm using. But like I say, if it's your first time and you figured out the pattern yourself, you might want to just, dry fit it. And then I'm just making sure that everything's nice and straight, which it is. I'm going to give it a nice burnish. Hello, is it Tony from Hot Troutman, North Carolina? That's warm too. And then it just slides on, except I've got it backwards right now, like so. Okay, so let's get down to the decorating. And you're saying she's going to give us measurements for pattern paper today? Yes, I am. So we're going to start with the back and the front. And I need to ink these because I've been sitting on the fence whether I was going to ink or not. And I've decided that I should ink. So this one that goes on the back, let me just do that. It measures 8 3/8 by 4. Because remember, the back is 4 1/4, or 4 1/8, I should say. And I always go 1/8 of an inch less than what my cardstock is. So what kind of July 4th plans does everybody have? Well, you know what? And I thought for Disney in particular, you're going to come across lots of things there that you want to keep. So that's why I thought, and you might spend some money while you're there and need to keep your receipts separate so you know what you spent. No, yes, I plan to do some scrapping there, Debbie. I've got several projects that are sitting here only partly done, and I need to get them finished so I can move them out of my craft room. Let's move this back over here. So this is going on the back, and you want to double check that you're not upside down. So I just need to, yeah, I'm good. I hadn't looked to see which way the envelope actually was, or the pocket, whatever we want to call it. There is the back. All right, and then we're going to flip it over to the front. Oh, yes, yes, yes. See, you could have used this on your travels, Tony. So the front, this one measures, and there goes my inker. The front, it measures 8 3/8 by 3 7/8, because remember this front piece is 4 because it's 1/8 of an inch shorter than the back. Getting messy today. And now we're going to do some inking. And just keep going. And then I'm going to add our adhesive, and then I'll check. All right. Hi, Denise. Hi, Lucille. All right. So if you want to know what we're making a little envelope so that when you go on those summer trips or your next CC retreat and you want to keep track of all your receipts, that's what this is for. And then we came up with a few other ideas. It would be a great place to store your dog's vaccination records. I like that one. I'll have to do one in some puppy paper. Okay, so there is the front and the back of the pocket itself. And then we have two pieces, and these two measure exactly the same. So they measure, lift that up, move that up here. They are 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. Now I'm second guessing this measurement. Yeah. Yes, 2 3/4 because this flap is 2 7/8 by, of course, 8 3/8. And you needed 2 of them. And I have rounded the corners on one side. Now what I plan to do is I'm putting the black inside and I'm putting the black outside for contrast. Okay, that's what I'm planning to do here. All right, so we're going to ink these edges just so we don't see that white. I'm going to do both at the same time. That's what I thought, Denise, and it was one of those ideas that just came to me, and I went, I need one of those. And I always have a big bag when I travel, so I kind of go, this would be perfect. I'm just going to close that up for a second. All right, so we're going to adhere one to the inside, like this. So I'm going to do that one first. So, and then we're just going to slide it in, making sure that you're kind of got the same distance all the way around. That looks good to me. And we're going to do some burnishing. Hi, Jen. And now we're going to do the outside. Hello, Miss Nicole. I know I very rarely mat with you guys. I always go, matting is a very personal preference. Some people like the 1/8 of an inch. Some people like 1/4 of an inch around their work. So this is for an 1/8 of an inch. So if you want it a bigger border, of course, you'd have to adjust that measurement. Okay, now we're going to give this a good burnish. It's very warm here, and I find when it gets warm in my part of the world, my glue dries before I'm even finished. Thanks, Nicole. Yes. And happy July 4th. I think I've said that once already, but I'll just say it again. And yes, today is Canada Day in Canada. All right, so there's all the matting on the pocket itself. And then for the belly band, well, again, this is going to get down to a choice. It's going to get down to what you want to see. So I'm going to put my belly band back on my envelope. And the more you use it, the easier that's going to slide on and off. And I think, yes, that's what I decided. I'm going to do the black this way and this way, because then this is going to go on top of it. And I thought, I really like that. So that's what I decided. Or do I want this? No, I like the castle. I think the castle's better on this one. Now, on my samples that I showed you earlier, I did pop them up. I'm not sure I'm going to pop them up on, pop the castle up on this one. And let's do this. And see, if you pick a paper that doesn't have direction on it. Hello, Miss Fauna. How are you today? I'm just about done. And then you get to move on to your next hop participant. All right, maybe I'm the last one today. I can't remember now. I looked yesterday, but that was yesterday. So just remember, if you haven't subscribed to all the CCC Designers YouTube channel, we'd really appreciate that. And promised, nobody bugs you, but you certainly will get notified when we post things. which is always kind of nice. And then let's do the, and of course, remember, always like the video. And if you think you got a friend that might like one of them, please share it with them. And then this side. Thank you, Fauna. Happy 4th of July to you. It's in a couple of days. All right. Now, so let's put the belly band back on. So, slide it on. And then we're going to decide if we're going to pop up this castle. I really like this one. This one turned out really cute. I don't think I am. I think I want him to be, he's already a chipboard piece. And these were just leftovers. And like I say, we all know we have tons of leftovers. You could even do one with strips of scraps. That would be a cool one too. Oh, that's tomorrow. Let me just look. No, I am not the last one. There's a few more today. I believe Michelle, no. Hope I'm on the right day. Oh yeah, I am. No, I am the last one today. There we go. I'm much better now. All right. So there we are. I would have liked him over a little bit more. He's a little crooked, but or a little lopsided, but it'll do. I can be happy with that. So there they are. Quick, easy envelopes to make for all those trips you're going to go on, those places you want to keep receipts from. Nobody wants to keep receipts, but you need to keep track of them at least until you pay them, especially if you're using a credit card. Anyway, I hope everybody has an amazing day. Yes, we have more tomorrow. That's right, Nicole. Yes, there's a whole, go check it out. Sandy did such a great job of organizing this. So big shout out to Sandy for doing all that work. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. Safe, happy July 4th, and safe, happy Canada Day for anybody that's in Canada watching this. So I will see you on my next live, which probably will be about 2 weeks from now, unless I happen to get really going here. I've got some paper coming, so I have an idea for it. I just have to wait for it to get here. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next live. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.